Guys, welcome back to the final stage of Freestyle Chess Go Challenge 2024, which is being held in Germany right now. Fischer Random Chess, first classical chess tournament, Fischer Random. We have finals between Fabi and Magnus, but in today's video I won't talk about it because they made a draw and we will have a decisive game tomorrow. But I'm gonna be taking a look at the current world champion, and it is worth saying that Dean doesn't have a great tournament, and he is now playing against Vincent Keymer for the last place in this tournament. So Magnus against Fabi in the finals for the third place, Livon Aronin against Nodirbek Abdusatorov for 5th and 6th place. Alireza Firuza won the first game against Gukesh Damaraju. And last place, Ding Liren'sgame is playing against German Prodigy Vincent Keymer. And let's take a look at their first game today. So Vincent is playing with white pieces. This is the starting position. King on b1 and b8, queen on h1, bishops on c1, d1, c8, d8. So let's start. d4 is played as the first move. g6, knight f3. So in this specific position, the pawn on f7 is the only piece on the board which is not defended. And I think Magnus mentioned this today, the f7 square here is the weakest on the board, and he hasn't seen anything like that before. f5 was played, so still f7 square. Now the pawn is protected, but let's see, e4 takes. So here Dean plays d5. On the fourth move he makes, I would say, positional mistake, because here he gives up this e5 square. Black no longer have this pawn on f7, which could result in f6 played if, let's say, knight jumps to e5, but now it's not possible because there is no longer pawn on f7 or f6. So this is a huge positional mistake. Instead, Dean should have played d6 by computer suggestion. He didn't do it, and d5, according to computer, is a mistake, and now Vincent has huge advantage. Knight e6, c3, and c5, another mistake. So the first 6 moves, Dean made 2 mistakes, and this mistake is even more critical because he opened up his king here, and bishop f4 looks very dangerous. I know, Dean has this bishop f5 at some point, but this looks really scary. Bishop f4, bishop 7 takes, knight f3, bishop f5 takes. Again now, e5 square, potential knight d4, knight e6. This pawn on f5 is a potential weakness, which will be proven in the game later. Bishop c2, queen f6, castle, long castle. Don't be shocked, this is a long castle. Rook8, knight d4. I can't say it's a mistake. He's attacking this pawn on f5, so nothing critical. Yeah, he could play queen f1 trying to go to b5, but again, at this point Vincent is playing just good positional moves. Knight d4, e6, again mistake. f3, now this knight can no longer jump to e4. It's restricted. e5 cannot be played because this pawn on f5 is unprotected. So as you can see, now Dean already has a lot of positional problems here, and it all starts with this stupid d5 and the trade in the beginning of this f pawn. So knight h6, queen g1, and now Vincent is just winning. Knight b5 is threatening, b6, and here b4. Great move. I don't know if I would have played b4 because, yeah, the move makes sense, but b4 this king is here, but I guess Vincent point is like Dean has no ideas here. All the pieces are back, and he can basically do nothing. He cannot create any counterplay. And as you can see that on the time, so 33 minutes for Vincent Keymer and a whole hour and 3 minutes for Ding Liren. 97, Queen e3, now 96 is threatening, e5 is played, here knight b5 is played, and the point is this pawn is lost, because let's say king c6, knight a7, simply black are losing, and I mean after e5, knight b5, king b8, rook d5, which happened in the game. So Vincent is just up a pawn, rook d6 is kind of threatening, so that's why this is played, rook e d1, doubling the rooks, trying to trade pieces, because if now white trade all pieces, then the game is just over, because Vincent is already up a pawn. This pawn on f5 is targeted by this light squared bishop, and I mean the position is just completely lost. Dean spent no time. I mean, he's completely, it looks like he's completely in tilt. He doesn't have like any success in this tournament. He scored only like half a point in the rapid portion in the first 2 days, and now he's basically trying to compete for the last place, and as it turns out, like he's probably gonna lose and be the last in this tournament. Rook d8, rook d8, rook d8, knight d8, queen d3 is played, targeting this pawn on f5, a6 is played, and after queen d6, Ding Liren resigned, and he is now down 1-0. But again, in this 960 chess, anything can happen, so we gotta wait for tomorrow's game. And of course, we're gonna analyze Magnus's decisive game tomorrow as well, because it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see the finals. So, but why black presents in this position is simply because, let's say, queen d6, knight d6, f4 is played, then knight c4, both pawns are targeted. Vincent is going to take the second pawn and eventually win the game. So again, 1-0 in this matchup. We're waiting for Magnus's finals tomorrow, and I'll see you in next videos in the next recap. Bye bye guys, see you soon.